I'm addicted to Slay the Spire too, and if you are also, then you're going to want to be paying attention to the meta. This is an early access game, and that means that they're constantly changing cards to get it ready for release. They decided to give us a full blog of their second ever patch for Slay the Spire 2. Let's read through. I haven't looked at this in advance. The only thing I saw was that Prepared is back to Reverted. Let's break it down. This is Pulse Glazer's YouTube, where we're covering Slay the Spire, Raid Shadow Legends, and numerous video games. If you'd like to stick around, a sub would really, really help us out as we try and grow the channel. All right, so apparently Anthony has decided that it's time for another beta patch, and they're going to test out experimental changes to go back and forth. Using the in-game feedback tool by hitting F2 is how they want feedback, i.e., hey, it's really annoying. I don't know if you noticed this, dear friends, but after the last patch, they got review bombed, like straight up, absolutely review bombed for nerfing cards and nerfing people's combos that were people's favorite stuff. That's a damn shame. They're saying in game you can just press F2 and get feedback. And so that has been instrumental in guiding contact. So the first thing to know is that they're reverting some stuff. Starting off, I'm reverting the changes made last week to Prepared, Borrowed Time, and Capture Spirit. We'll repeat what those are. For Prepared, while I still think the Sly synergies are overall too dominant of a strategy, Prepared is so integral to Silent's core identity that we'll be looking at a different approach to bring Sly in line. Borrowed Time is likely to receive a complete rework, but for now I prefer the card as fun. Apparently, we don't get to know anything about Catapult. Spirit, it just reverts. Okay, so Prepared is back to a 0. It is now a common skill 0, draw 1 and discard 1, and then upgrades to 2 and 2. This is one of the best cards in the card pool for Silent. It is the second best common if you can upgrade it, along with Acrobatics, because it makes the Sly package completely insane. They're gonna have to do something to nerf that package, but apparently that won't be it. I personally am very happy to see Prepared back. I actually like the new Prepared. I wouldn't be sad if that was a different card, but Prepared is really, really cool and kind of OP with Sly, so I get it, but we'll see. Necrobinder, meanwhile, Capture Spirit was enemy loses an uncommon skill. Enemy for 1, enemy loses 3 or 4 HP and add 3 or 4 souls into your draw pile. That card is completely freaking broken. It is utterly, utterly insane. It's so good. You're getting multiple extra draws. Basically, there's no downside to ever taking and playing that card. It is phenomenal, and it becomes one of the best Necrobinder cards immediately upon reversion. It was significantly worse. It was still good, so I'm not 100% sure, but they're going to revert it to make it as fun as possible. Borrowed Time, meanwhile, is uncommon skill, and now it is cost 0. Apply 3 Doom to yourself, gain 1 or 2 energy. It was apply 6 or 3 Doom to yourself and gain 1 energy. It is now, how do I put this? Back to being insane, completely nuts if you can make it happen. This is, again, one of the better cards around, although it is one with downside. I genuinely, I've taken it every time I've seen it, and I've had good success with Necrobinder, but I've killed myself with that ability in when I didn't have quite enough damage in the game. So it is a dangerous card. It means you can't, block. You have to be fairly offensive. Look, I think the Capture Spirit and Prepared are 2 of the very best cards in the game. I think Borrowed Time is close to one of the best cards in the game, but I think it's a step down from the other 2. Regent, we rework Arsenal. Arsenal is rare 1 cost. Whenever you play a colors card, gain 1 or 2 strength. Power, rare, cost 1 and 8. Whenever you create a card, gain 1 strength. Okay. So, I mean, I think it's better, right? Am I crazy? I guess you could just run a bunch of colorless cards in the previous version, but that's harder to do than it looks like. Um, I mean, rare 1 cost an 8. Whenever you create a card, gain 1 strength is really good. There's a lot of ways to do that with Regent. We can make cards and just sort of go to town. I guess there's not that many ways to do that with Regent, right? Regent really just makes that 1 card, and so you're gaining 1 strength, and then once it's made, it's made. So maybe that's the upside for this. I don't know. This one's interesting. I think it's cool. I do think that there's enough ways to create cards in the game that can probably be broken, but it'll have to be worked for. I'm okay with it. I don't think it's a card you're always going to take, but it's a card you'll be happy to see sometimes. Potions and relics. The Pendulum Relic is now was whenever you shuffle your draw pile, draw a card, which is nice. Now it's common every 3 turns, draw 1 card, which means if you have a big deck, I think they're trying to, and they've done a weird job of it, encourage bigger decks in Slay 2, but there's so many infants that everyone's ignoring that. yeah, I don't know. This is, I guess, saying because like if your deck is really small, you're basically drawing an extra card every turn, right? Fine, this is saying every 3 turns draw one, so it's not completely stupid. Okay, I guess. Enemies, the Doormaker is now less random. Doormaker is yet another rework. This is the second in a row. Each visual phase he's in has its own unique power to hamper the player. All of them are disruptive and will encourage instant play, but should now be less random and reward player agency more. Cool, cool, cool. I played the Doorkeeper twice since his rework, and I beat him once fairly easily with just a ton of damage, and once he absolutely rocked my face, and I honestly don't know why. So a rework here seems good. Learning the new door maker seems important though. General balance, elites can no longer spawn on floor 6 to better match the Slay the Spire one. Okay, sure. So that seems good. Improved map generation consistency, again, fine. Fixed maps sometimes generate with fewer shops than intended, that is nice. And Gloom Ascension modifier no longer affects question mark rooms in addition to rest sites. So the one that gives you less HP will still happen. Since now counts as the first floor of the map, elites were actually spawning one floor earlier than they should have been, and this changed up big in how tough fighting early elites is. Okay, good, good, good. So elites were spawning one floor sooner, which meant you had one less battle before you got there, and that was making the early elites really hard. What I was doing was sort of trying to take 2 elites toward the end of the first stage, so I get that. That makes a lot of sense to me as a change here for Slay 2. We get another change here. Oh, Gloom is just going to get redone. That's interesting. Great. All right, Ironclad. We're buffing Cinder. It's going to exhaust a random card in your hand instead of the top card of the draw pile. Fine. And Tremble. Ooh, now exhaust. Tremble is a buff to exhaust synergies. Sure. Sure. I don't know. Exhaust is now like really going to be what Ironclad is doing, right? We are going even more all in on exhaust. I guess exhaust will be now the new like way to get into the common strategy. Silent buff serpent form. I don't even know what certain form is, and I play so much silent. Damage increase from 4/5 to 4/6. Okay, great. I don't know what that is. Sure, good for you, Serpent Form. That is not a card I have ever seen. Hooray! Regent, Falling Star is from 7/11 to 8/12. That's really nice. Glitter Stream, it looks like Regent. If all these numbers are going up, Regent just stopped winning, right? Glitter Stream, block increase from 4/6 to 5/7. Great. Next turn, block. Oh, so that's the one that gives a block the second turn. Okay. Buff Parry, block increase from 8/11 to 10/14. That's huge. That means every time you play the big old sword, that needs it. The sword cards are what really needed help with Regent, so it looks like Refined Blade. Forge increased from 6/10 to 9/13. Again, we are increasing the Forge. Celestial Might upgrade from +2 damage to 1 additional hit. Well, that's huge, right? An additional hit from the giant sword is way better than extra damage. Guiding Star now draws cards immediately instead of next turn. That's I don't know what that means. That's probably better. Oh no, that's definitely better. I remember what that is. That's really good. Sword Sage no longer increases the cost of Sovereign Blade, so it's just freaking makes it hit everything. That's amazing. I think I'm gonna go try a sword strategy after this is done and see if it's any good. My guess is still no, because I have to draw the damn sword, but like all the sword cards are way better. And the Spoils of War now draws 2 cards, but Forge decreased from 12/17 to 5/8. Okay. So adding a draw 2 is worth some less damage there. Uh, Defect seems like the champion they're messing with the least. The hero they're messing with the least. It's just perfectly fine here. Nerf the Voltiac card. Energy cost from 2 to 3. They buff Tiny Mailbox as far as potions and relics. It's now an uncommon and it produces more potions. So okay, so it's still a buff, right? Okay, good, good, good. So the Tiny Mailbox is going to give you 2 potions. More relic changes. There's just rarities. We don't really care. The idea isn't that commons are weakened, but that there are simple effects that could add value to decks. Rarity increase allows higher complexity. Good. The Skulking Colony deals less damage, scales lower, and no longer applies daze status cards. Well, that's really nice. That's really, really nice. Changes Haunted Chip now apply daze to the player. Okay, I don't remember Haunted. Oh, I know Haunted Chip. That's fine. Haunted Chip was very easy. Nerf the Lost and Forgotten. Stat Theft no longer scales with Ascension. And that's really nice because that was horribly broken. Waterfall HP decreased from 250 to 260 to 240 to 250. I don't know. Oh, as Ascension rises. I mean, 10 hit points is fine there, but like I don't think that's enough to really matter. The Skulking Colony went from 2 weak to 2 strong, and the encounter puts it back in. Okay, next up. Events, disavowed gold, generating relics from showing up as a featured relic. Welcome to I don't know what the hell that means. Sure, great. Mad science, skill, chaos, in the Tinker Time event now uses free to play instead of cost 0 energy. Okay, fine. Art stuff happens. User interface, there's a date at the top right, and the date of the build is a current date, and the feedback character limit is better. All right, that's that. I think I am hyped. I'm gonna go play. So, all right, I'm really, really happy Prepared's back. So before bed, I need to play some Silent. But I think I'm also gonna play some Regent because get hyped for Regent's sword build. I'm hoping that they finally buff that into good. If that gets good, I think Regent is gonna be my second favorite champion here. That's it for today. I'm gonna go play some Slay the Spire 2. Hopefully you will too, and you'll see me for another video soon. Peace.